Hey guys, so look, I came up with this new utility action that has everything to do with trying to get your white balance or your Kelvin just right on skin tone specifically to make sure it's like true, perfectly white balanced skin tone, which is a thing, and I'm going to talk about it in a minute, but I'm going to explain real quick where the inspiration came from. So here is a shot, boudoir inspired shot. Clearly, white balance isn't quite right in terms of being perfect. Now, when you grade something creatively, perfect goes out the window. It's whatever you think looks good. However, we can argue that this has a very strong cyan cast, right? Okay, so my idea came from this. I'm going to open up Adobe Camera Raw filter. Now, in it, they've added a vectorscope, which you video editors and video graders will know that things like this exist in the video space and all kinds of other color analyzer tools and things of that nature. But what they did here is added a very common skin tone area right here, these hues, right? Now, look, nothing is modifiable. I can't move any of these parameters. I can't read any of these parameters. I can't really do anything except show it or not, right? So I can say show red at 3 o'clock and that's cool. And there's some small little modifications you can do there, but there's not a whole lot that told me, all right, well, what does Adobe think? Their vector scope showing skin tone hues. What angles are they talking about, et cetera, et cetera. So I did a little bit of digging, a little bit of analysis, a little bit of measurements, and I came up with a number, and this is a number that I'm currently working with, and basically it's averaging about a 19-degree hue angle for what it considers skin tone to be, quote unquote, correct. Now I've given some allowances on this up and down 10 degrees. So I'm operating with a nice semi-blend. It's a pretty steep ramp, but I'm operating between 9 and 29-degree hue angle, trying to say, hey, if that is the skin tone, if your skin tone matches 9 to 29 degrees, then you're probably going to be white balanced. That's the assumption that I'm operating on. And so far, so good. But I decided instead of just eyeballing it and instead of hoping, instead of putting automatic functions in there, I thought, how can we make it visual? So I had an idea. Let me run this action, okay? It's called MVP Skin Tone Hue Fixer Visualizer. You're gonna run it. It has to run Adobe's AI for skin tone selection. Now, that of course is your main thing. So that's caveat number one. If the AI cannot find a skin tone, you are SOL. There's nothing that can happen really until I decide maybe to make the action somehow select skin tone differently, but it's just so inferior no matter what you do. Okay, so now let's get right back to this. What's happened? Okay, here's what's happened. I have this layer stack set up to where it'll show you what that range that I told you about, that 9 to 29 degrees roughly hue angle centered around 19 degrees. This is what's showing you what's in that range. This is what the white shows. So in that range that Adobe considers to be nice skin tone, this is what's showing up. So how do we get all of her skin in that range? Well, there's a lot of different things we can do, but one of them is, of course, a color and vibrance adjustment layer, which Photoshop added not that long ago, which is really, really cool. And I set it to color blend mode to minimize shifting and changes, which works really, really well. So what can we do here? Well, let's look at the image for a minute. You can see we might have a gray area where you can use the little eyedropper tool and it might work. You know what? In fact, it's going to work because we have some nice gray curtains back there. But let's say we didn't, or we're not 100% sure. We can still visualize. So let's go to our color and vibrance, and let's start adjusting. Okay, adding yellow doesn't help. What happens when we add yellow and magenta? Okay, there we go. Now we can kind of see, oh, too much magenta. How about more yellow? Okay, more yellow is helping. Oh, not much. Okay, now let's turn off our visualizer. Whoa, look at that. Off and on. See, we visually saw that, okay, the skin tone is now in that magic range that Adobe says is skin tone based on their vector scope. And now we have a white balanced image using, of course, the beautiful adjustment layer of color and vibrance. Now, what I have noticed when I've been playing with this is that sometimes you have to change the vibrance up and down because you'll get the right temperature and tint using this method, but then you might have a saturation issue potentially, okay? Because this visualizer only cares about hue. It doesn't care about saturation. So if I take the saturation slider here and mess it, if I peg it too much, it goes out of range for other mathematical reasons, right? But if I go up and down a little bit, it's gonna make very minimal change. However, you still need to trust your eye. This is a visualizer to let you know that, yeah, you've probably nailed it because we have this, the way it shows the skin tone, it makes it white like this so you can see everything that's going on. Now, if you're curious what's going on under the hood, well, it's a lot. It's a bunch of adjustment layers, and there's math, and blend modes and things of that nature. We can dive into the weeds on that. It's based on one of the other actions that I have, but it's just a really fast way to visualize. Now, the idea is that you get it nailed like this, and then you just throw away your visualizer stack. It's done. And now you know that at least you've gotten the white balance somewhere better. You can leave that layer floating, that color and vibrance, or you can stamp to a new layer and continue. But obviously I chose a kind of extreme example, and honestly, most of us are going to do this work in RAW anyway. However, if you find yourself here and you're stuck, you can use this knowing that this at least gives you more correct white balance, as it were. And I have an idea of how to modify it to make it versatile. So maybe we can have two different white balances that then we can mask in appropriately. And that's going to happen when you have multiple Kelvin sources, like a window, maybe that's like 5200 Kelvin, and then you have an incandescent that's like 2400 Kelvin, and they're casting across each other. It's not an easy fix. It's very, very situation dependent, but I'm thinking maybe this might be an option so we can kind of see what's going on and see how we can match them. Don't know yet, but for now, this is added to Skin Depth Pro 2. Again, it's a utility action to run before you run your color grade. So if you are going to use Skin Depth Pro after this, yes, I recommend that you flatten to a new layer. Okay. Oh, hold up. Let me just hit that. Okay. We close this out real quick. I'm having some weird Photoshop input issues. I'm going to have to go onto the forums and see, flatten to a new layer. And then you can run Skin Depth Pro knowing at least you're starting from white balanced skin, which to me can be very important. It also cannot be. You have to trust your eye for sure. But just to run it again real quick, to kind of give you guys that visualizing situation, you have white balance that's clearly off. You run this stack. You let Adobe's brain kind of do what Adobe's brain needs to do, especially on the AI space. And let it finish. And people, you know, I've tested it with a couple of people already locally. And I said, hey, what do you think? And the first question they asked was, well, how do I start? I mean, I have the color and vibrance, you know, temperature and tint sliders, but where do I start? And I said, well, okay, think about it like in anything. You have all this yellow cast and this green cyan cast. Well, start pulling away from green and blue, right? Now you pull one away and you think, oh, it's wrong. No, 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 pull the other and see what happens. Pull the other and see what happens. Play with them back and forth. And yeah, this will work if you have a pink cast or a magenta cast. You go the other direction. And just like that, we have a white balance and we can do it visually. So any questions, leave a comment below. But if you have any comments or any, you know, like suggestions for new ideas, please let me know. That is now included in Skin Depth Pro 2. If you've never used Skin Depth Pro 2, we have videos on that too. Go to the website or look at the links below, learn all about it. Drop me an email, nbp@ninobatista.com if you want. And I hope you guys enjoy that one. I'll continue to evolve it as time goes on and as I get feedback.